One time, no lie, I went out once and I couldn't see. I couldn't see. I'm not even joking. I ran out of contact. I was searching so hard for contact.
And you couldn't see.
I couldn't see. What would you say is like your... How would you describe your style actually?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I wouldn't say my style is minimalist because I think sometimes I do like really overdo it sometimes. My style is based off of comfortability, believe it or not. I try not to go with like trends and stuff. I just kind of like, if I see something that I like that's comfortable for me, I will just wear that. So I wouldn't even know what you would even call that. I just call it the Tanai style.
Do you feel like do you enjoy like going with the trends, but then also experiment with your own?
Yeah, like I dibble dabble in like trends and stuff. But for me, like there's something about me. I think maybe because when I was younger, I feel like a lot of us when we're younger, we're kind of like succumb to a lot of peer pressure and we want to follow the crowd and want to do a lot of stuff. And I think when I got to like more of my adult years, I started to realize I don't want to follow the crowd. I want to do my own thing. So there's something about being kind of like exclusive in my own style. And when I say exclusive, I don't mean like getting like the latest like Gucci and Prada and all that stuff because I can't afford that. I'm just letting you guys know I can't. But like buying stuff from like smaller brands that like nobody knows about. Like I remember like buying like a jumper one time and we went on a group trip to Budapest and like this lady came up to me and she was like, "Is that?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, she just knew where it was from, but like nobody else would know where it was from. It's just like little things like that. I like wearing like really just things that nobody buys and stuff and making it my own. Like I just like to dress for myself, like what I feel comfortable in, because I think that even comes with like how you view yourself in regards to like your body image and like the whole body positivity stuff as well. Like I feel like sometimes as well as women we feel like we have to like wear really tight clothes or really short clothes or like clothes that are figure hugging to make us feel comfortable, and mine's kind of like the opposite. I like wearing like baggy stuff. I like just styling it to how I feel comfortable. So yeah,
I think that's so true. Like I feel like there's so much more pressure on females when it comes to what they wear.
So much.
To the like, because I remember, I feel like I don't know, I feel like my style has changed a little bit, but I feel like when I was more like teens, I'd wear like everything was oversized, everything was baggy.
Yeah.
And like to be honest, a big part of that, well, not a big part, but I was saying some of it was just the fact that I liked it and it was comfortable. I was big comfort.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be wearing heels nowhere.
No.
It was just trainers, jeans, baggy tops, whatever. But also I feel like I didn't want attention. So I didn't want guys looking at me.
Do you know what? I hear that.
Honestly,
I completely get that.
So I actually didn't really understand why. I know this is a very controversial subject,
Why girls want it,
but I didn't get why certain girls dress a certain way. I was like, how do you deal with guys talking to you a certain way or looking at you? Like, it actually feels sick. I'm like, don't look at me, don't talk to me. So like, I dressed like really boyish or like tomboyish, which was always kind of me anyway, to be honest. Like, I have a brother, all my cousins are boys, minus my two youngest cousins. Like, all, like, a lot of people that hung, like, friends or family and stuff are all boys, so I was kind of like comfortable dressing like that anyway. But on top of that, I just weren't trying to be getting attention, to be honest.
Got you.
But I feel like now that I'm more comfortable in myself as well, and I'm married, so it's like I feel like it's good because like I'm not getting attention from anyone else. I'll just
it's fine.
Got like he's next to me. But I feel like now I'm more like experimenting a bit more with my style, or like I feel more comfortable with myself to wear certain things. So like I feel like I dress really different to them.
I love that.
Have you always been how you dress now, or do you feel like there's been like quite a shift depending on like what's happening.
I feel like I was kind of like you as in before. I kind of like me and my sister. Like if we was going food shopping, like I would literally throw on whatever it was in my closet, and I'll look over at my sister, and she like literally got on like high-waisted jeans, a nice top, and I'm literally like, where are you going? We're going food shopping. And she's like, this is how I always dress. And then when I finally got used to like my style and being comfortable in my body, I feel like I'm putting more of an effort. And I think there's this perception that people think that like the way women dress, they go out for the attention of men. But no, bro, I'm going out to dress for myself. So I think more the same as you, I've become more confident in like, I can dress feminine if I want to, but I can also dress like and wear like baggy clothes and stuff, and I also feel comfortable in that. So I think it's just been a shift in me necessarily in like being like creating my own version of what I want of myself, I guess, and putting that out there for myself. So yeah,
I feel like that can be something that kind of comes with age. Some people are just confident.
100%.
But I think for me, it came with age. Because I came to a point where I realised, like, no, you don't have to dress a certain way for other... Like, you can just dress how you want.
You dress how you want, yeah.
But you just have to have that confidence to, like, go with it kind of thing.
100%. I used to feel like, when I was younger, I used to feel like I had to, like... Every time I went out, I felt like I had to like buy the latest trainers or buy like the nicest thing out there just to be able to fit in, for someone to be like, hey, I really like your... And I just feel like I don't feel that way anymore. I'm just like, what I wear is what I wear. If you don't like, it's me who's wearing the clothes on my back at the end of the day. So yeah, it's been a definitely a different shift, I guess.
It's actually amazing like how much you can change as you get older. Because like I remember
crazy
not going out if I hadn't had my eyebrows threaded or like I ran out of foundation or something. I was just like, I can't go. No, do you know it wasn't even really that, because I was never huge into makeup, but that would be an element because my skin wasn't great as well. But a big thing for me, if I ran out of contacts, I'm not going out. If there was this point when like teens, I wouldn't go out. One time, no lie, I went out once and I couldn't see. I couldn't see. I'm not even joking. I ran out of contact. I was searching so hard for these contacts.
And you couldn't see?
I couldn't see. I said to my best friend, you have to guide me today because I can't see.
What is that?
I would not wear that.
Oh my gosh, why?
And it was mad because like that, just looking back at it, it's quite sad.
It was just like kind of a cool party when you were younger, and Rihanna's bumping into walls.
But it's funny, like thinking back to that, and like now I never wear contacts. I'm always wearing glasses.
Okay.
But I think it
so
like
funny.
It was just being confident in myself.
Yeah.
And at that point, as a teen, I felt like I only looked good if I was wearing contacts.
That is.
And I felt like if I was wearing glasses, I'd just feel ugly. Like I'd feel like no one's gonna come back.
It's so funny how the mind works and how you feel
it's weird. It's so dumb.
Because
now I'm always wearing glasses.
You're always wearing glasses. That's the same for me. Like I think for me, like if my hair wasn't done, and I don't mean like, well, this isn't done, but if my natural hair was out, I didn't think that was good enough. I needed to have like a weave in my hair or have something or braids or something in my hair, because I just felt like my hair like this just wasn't enough. So that's really, it's just
so true. I feel like it's like there has definitely been a shift in culture, because there was definitely, I feel like as black people we can relate to this, where it's like if you're going to an event or something important, when you're doing yourself up, you need to straighten your hair, stuff like that. Because I remember whenever it was an event, it would be like, okay, cool, you're gonna go to hairdressers, get your hair.
Yeah, literally.
So like even that transition of being comfortable with my own natural hair that comes out of my own head.
Yeah.
Like that was a weird transition, because it was like you've always been told that to look good you have to have straight hair.
Your hair needs to be straight or of a looser texture.
Yeah.
It just can't be an afro.
So
literally. That is so
it's weird, isn't it? It's actually, but I'm glad how things are going now. But like even
100%.
with that, like all of that mixed with it as well, because it's not just you're into fashion and makeup, but also, I know people don't like throwing it in there, but you have to. You're black.
Yeah.
How does that also affect you and like even putting stuff on socials and on your YouTube, knowing that like you might not be at the top of the search engine.
Yeah.
Usually it's white girls at the top.
Yeah.
You have to scroll down to find the black girls.
Literally. That's so funny because I feel like this is a conversation. I can have a conversation about this all day. I think for me growing up, I've always struggled with colorism and being like a darker skinned woman. Like I've always felt like I was always at the bottom anyway. So I just think that there's just been a shift in my like mind and my perception, I guess, in regards to like this is the skin color I've got. This is who I am. I can't do anything about it except accept it and do what I can to make myself feel comfortable. And that's just what I do. I just feel like there's always going to be someone out there who is like, not your biggest fan, but like someone who's really likes the content that you put out there. So even if it's not the majority, I'm happy if it's just like, if I get one view on like a reel or one view on my YouTube video and they're like, and I get a comment, like when I get comments under my YouTube videos, I'm like, oh my gosh, like you really enjoyed this video. Like it makes me quite happy. So I just think even if like, it sounds really weird, like this might sound really deep, but even if it's like one person who was like me at one point who's not comfortable in like their skin or not comfortable in anything, I feel like if that one person is inspired to be like, right, well Tana is doing this, then I'm gonna do it. I'm happy with that. I'm cool with that. So yeah.
I like that. That's really good.
Just even if it's just one person.
Yeah.
Because I think we don't realise we have a lot of impact on people when we don't realise it a lot. And it's always the people that they might not actually tell you, but they're like literally at home waiting for your next video to come out, waiting for your next like content to come out. Like even like I remember growing up, and even though you're younger than me, like I used to grow up and like I used to see you and I used to be like, oh my gosh, she's so cool. I swear
that I was
going up blind with no contacts. I used to think you were so cool, like honestly. So it's so funny because there's people always watching you. You never know who's watching you and who's actually like inspired or encouraged by the things that you're doing. So not that you're doing it for them, but yeah, I guess you're leading by example, because if you're showing that you're happy within yourself, then that makes people feel like, okay, I can be happy with myself as well. So
I think it's like being willing to be vulnerable.
100%.
That's super hard.
It's so hard.
Yeah, I think it's almost like weighing up. Are you more worried about being vulnerable, or do you just want to get your content out? Like I feel like sometimes you are worried about like what do people think, or this and that, but then I feel like it does get to a point where is that going to stop you from posting it, or do you love what you do so much that you kind of put that to the side and you're like, you know, I'm just going to post it, even if there's going to be haters. There's always going to be haters.
There's always, like, regardless of what you do, there's always going to be someone who's going to be like, oh, why is she doing that, or something. I think that it's the latter one that you said. I love putting out content so much that I kind of bypass the fact that I'm sharing my vulnerabilities. Because like I don't know if you've seen like my recent YouTube videos, is all about like mental health and therapy and stuff, and going through therapy, and obviously there's so much stigma around that. I know there's been like a lot more awareness brought into about mental health, but like there's not a lot of people who would be happy to go out there and share that stuff. But for me, I don't know what it is. I think I feel like my vulnerability sometimes helps other people to realise that they're not alone in certain situations. So for me, I feel like this could really help someone because there's so much stigma around things. It's not every day posts about hair and clothes and stuff. There's actually real issues that people are going through in their life, and they have no way to they have no access to help or don't know where to go. So for me, I kind of just want to kind of like not be doing the same thing all the time, not always posting about clothes and like, because people, what you're putting out there is a highlight reel. People are seeing the best bits of your life. They're not seeing the bad parts. And I think that we need to kind of start to normalize like the negative or the more vulnerable things as well. So yeah, if that's helping someone to find a therapist or helping someone to better themselves, then I'm all for it. I don't know what you call that, but yeah, I'm all for it. Even if it is like me showing kind of like my vulnerability and stuff. So yeah.
Well, that's fun to say.
It's really hard. I think I'm quite like someone. I think I'm only able to show my vulnerability currently because I'm quite content with who I am as a person. It's taken me a while to get there. Had I have not been in this position, I don't think I'll be able to do it. But because I am in this position, I'm just like, it is what it is.
No, it's true. I feel like that is a big thing. I think people that are willing to be vulnerable, you have to have a certain amount of self-confidence.
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone has like insecurities. I know some people say they don't, but I don't believe that. Everyone has certain, like little things that, you know, but I feel like if you're just, okay, cool, I know I'm not perfect, but I'm happy with who I am.
Yeah.
Like I'm proud of where I am.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like that can push you to go a lot further than other people that are just overly worried about what they're not doing.
100%.
But yeah, that's really interesting.
It's taken me a while to get there.
Yeah.
It's taken a while. Well, I'm 26 now, so yeah, it's taken a while.
I think it's contentment as well.
100. I think that's what it is. I'm just like, and I think it's also about enjoying the present. I think for me, I've always been like, what's the next project? What's the next thing I'm doing? Like, I can't wait till this happens. I can't wait till next year or 6 months from now. But for once, I finally feel like I'm just enjoying the same thing I was saying to you before about enjoying the process. Like, I'm just enjoying what I have now. Like, anything could change at any point. So you kind of just go, kind of go with the flow, I guess. That's the best way to do everything, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, that's really cool, man. Thanks so much for joining us today on the sofa.
Thanks for having me.
Chat, our first in-person chat. So that's
I feel so honoured. I really do. I feel so honoured. I was like, we're the first person she gets to like do an interview with in person. So
no, it feels nice to chat to people face to face.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's what series is about.
But yeah, if you let everyone know where to find you on your socials.
Yeah. You can find me on The Idol Creative on YouTube. On Instagram, it's The Idol Creative, and there's _ after that. So yeah, make sure to follow and comment and like, and I'll be there.
All that jazz. I'll leave it in the description bar below. So yeah, cool.
Is that done?
Yeah.
Say bye.
Hello, friend.